Alright. Alright, so until somebody calls, you're gonna get me. So basically something I wanted to talk about. So even some of my closest confidants don't know about this one. I had mentioned in the past, it was like, well, 3 weeks ago I mentioned in the past, and I heard it. West Virginia actually knows what I'm talking about. It's about the border, and it's about some stuff coming over the border. And it was highly sensitive. I put out some hints at the time. Supposedly there was some resolution as far as that situation. However, there was like conflicting reports. So the one report was handled, whereas the other one was kind of left almost as like, like a false narrative. Then on Twitter today, of all people, actually, my Fugo put out something talking about how, hey, something came through the border a few weeks ago, and there was some chatter and some rumors, and it's legit. Now, just hearing it confirmed from somebody else makes you feel more and more like this is legit. This is something that would be concerning to the whole country. How do I say this? Let's say the coasts, especially. And probably the left coast over the right coast, if you know. That's the problem, and that's why I was so surprised, like, at first with this whole manufactured crisis. Look at what's happening. We have, it's sad because I do believe in, see, I'm an independent, so I do believe that, veterans should be taken care of. I do believe that no children, or anyone for that matter, should starve in this rich country of the United States of America. I don't think that anyone should starve. I think that, welfare should be available for families who need it. There's a lot of systemic problems that we have in this country where it's not so much their fault. They don't have houses handed down to them. They have problems and debt handed down to them. But at the same time, I think people should take drug tests. Marijuana, that's okay. But anything outside of marijuana, unless you're prescribed it, you can't get welfare. Some people think that's cool. What? So all that government, tax money goes straight to the drug dealers, and they're very organized. Extremely organized. Like in Massachusetts, the El Salvadorians have kind of taken some strongholds around the state, and they are so organized, it's ridiculous. They get away with murder literally all the time. Because they murder, faceless, nameless, illegal immigrants as far as the United States. There's more John Does in a lot of the, what they call morgues in Massachusetts than you believe. It's unbelievable. I was telling you guys about my friend one time that I know he didn't do it. He's still in jail for it. That guy's body is still in the morgue in this place called Lowell, Massachusetts. 4 years later. It just shows the type of people. They have nothing. Someone with nothing to lose is dangerous. Alright, we have a caller. Saved by the bell, huh? Hello, this is the Red Pill with the Red Pill Dispensary. I think I know who I'm talking to, but what's up?
West Virginia Prepared Mind.
Yes.
I called just real quick. It's in chat. You're busy.
1 second. Nevada, you're next, okay? Right after West Virginia, you're next. But West Virginia, please take your time. Sorry to cut you off. It's just there's someone beeping in, so you won't be coming through well anyway. Go
The
ahead.
speaker's on and your audio is echoing and we really can't hear.
It's echoing and you really can't hear?
Yeah.
I think I was like really speaking low because I was kind of like really speaking from the heart.
Really bad echo.
Really? The last I checked, everyone was saying that it's looking good, but I haven't checked in like.
Well, it was good, and then it just switched.
Oh, it was good. Yeah. No, when I was reading before, it was good. So then I just went out of chat and went into OBS. So it's coming in like an echo.
Yes.
Okay. Then I know what to do. Okay. Let me see. Oh no! Thank you so much. I see what it is. La 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 la. Okay. Alright, how's that? Is that better?
I'm not in chat.
No, I know. I'm basically asking you or everybody. It should be better. No, I had 2 mics running. I don't know how that second mic got turned on because it was fine before. Remember?
Yep.
I asked everyone, how's the audio? And I always ask that before I leave the chat.
I thought it was funny. One of them said it sounded like concentration camp torture.
Talking about welfare and give us your money.
I just wanted to call and let you know. Fix your.
It should be good. No one said anything yet, though.
Okay.
The last thing I get
is
is turn off your speaker screaming at me from Kizzy. That's the last thing I got here.
Okay, I'm going back to chat.
Yeah, so you were on Snafu Snaps.
No, he invited
Alright,
us to
hey,
the tree
if you can
show.
hear like I'm sorry, I don't mean it. If you guys can hear like a small little like, it's not even the AC, it's like central air, and it's very light, and it's a fan, and it's like 20 feet away. There's no way that's that loud. You know what? I'll turn it off. If it's that, it's like so far away. I can't believe you guys can actually even hear it. I don't know. Maybe people are a little bit. When I say is the audio okay, I mean like, can you hear me well? You know, something like an echo. Yeah, that needs to be fixed. But you know, I don't know. I'll shut off the AC. Better? So that should be off. Well, I mean, it shouldn't have. It's just so far away. Maybe it's louder than I realized. I'll know after the show. I'll just watch it and kind of see how loud it was. But it's just so far away, and it's not even like an AC where it's like. Nope. So that was not it. Okay, so maybe that's why I was like, really? That bothers them? Alright guys, don't worry, I'm pretty good with OBS, so I figure it out pretty quick. Okay, so it sounds like something a little bit more. Okay, how's this? Hold on. No, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Because sometimes, you can tell if I'm not looking at chat. If I just continue blabbering, you know what I mean? Like, if everyone's saying something, I'm going to notice, you know? But I figured I was good. So anyways, I'm curious if I'm good now. Because now it's just the mic, but not the other thing. So, how is it now? I switched the audio. It's not audio input. Instead, it's a mic.
Well, I'm gonna hang up and go.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you already. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Yep.
All right, honey. Bye bye.
But if you want to call in and talk, I'd love to hear about your experience with Snafu.
Oh, I just did a truth hashtag Truthio video and uploaded it on my channel, and he's gonna pick it up and put it on his channel.
Yeah, I know. It should have stopped, guys, because I told you I just made another adjustment that maybe was it. Instead of the audio input, I'm using the mic, so that might make it better. Okay, so it ended up going well. I'm sorry. I'm like trying to do 1,000 things with my head. I picked the wrong. This is my. Can I tell you something? I don't know if you smoke. I haven't smoked marijuana in. Do you know? You were probably at the show. It was the last time I smoked. It was probably like what, like 2-3 months ago or something like that. Yeah, that's the last time I smoked. And
well, don't smoke too much.
No, for Father's Day, someone just gave me a joint's worth. So I figured I'd smoke it tonight and do a call-in show, you know? Instead, it's like a headache.
Right.
I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Alright. So I'll see you, okay? Alright.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Wait, hold on. What's going on with Awake? Hold on a second. What's going on here? I need to know. I hope everything's okay. And you know what? Awake, let me know if you need something. Hold on, let's see. Guys, I'm going to read because it looks like something's up. I just want to make sure everybody's okay because if anything with Awake has always been there for me since day one. Not day one, but like very loyal for a long time. Basically day one. Sounds like concentration camp. Who said that? That was actually fun. No. Net Detective. Who? I don't even Net Detective is a newer name. How you doing, Net Detective? You're fucking hilarious, brother. That was a good one. That was a really good one. Alright, Mark Knopp, coffee refill. Hell yeah. Hey, and I'm doing my best to fix the sound, anime. You know that. Oh, this is when I was just talking. I couldn't hear you guys because it seems like everybody's like, hello. Okay, I'm so sorry. Wait, so where? I missed it. Awake, if you don't mind me asking, what state do you live in? Or, if you don't feel comfortable saying state, like region, you know. Northeast, southeast, southwest, northwest, type of thing. And just so you know, I've been there myself too. I slept outside for a little bit before I turned everything around. You know, I just had kind of like a real bad patch, a couple of years. Most people don't break out of it once you get that, but I broke out of it. You guys will kind of understand more when I tell you a couple key things. Alright, so trust me, Awake, I understand it's a real tough time, but let me see, maybe something, maybe we can help you. Yeah, good question, Anime. Do you have people around? What do you mean, what do I mean? I don't understand. I don't know. I've been like talking as I'm looking through chat. So if I said something that doesn't apply now, it's because I'm going through chat. So maybe it's something, I was responding to something you said earlier. I'm not sure. But that was a recent thing you said, so I think I remember there was something. Oh, you're in Kentucky. Okay. You know what's crazy? Like, some of those states, like Kentucky, that, you know, and they voted for Trump, and thank God for that. I love Trump. But I'm not like 100% no matter what he does type thing, but I do think that he is a strong man that's capable of leading a movement, and he has, and he's made mostly good decisions in my opinion. Not all, but mostly. And as far as Kentucky though, and places like that, you know, there's been some states, you know, that have been getting better, Ohio, places like that. But you know, like Kentucky, anywhere with a lot of farming as well, more out west, they've been getting hit hard. Now he does help them out, you know, the farmers, but states like Kentucky, I mean, they're experiencing tough times. You know, you should not be on the street unless, you know, you're in a situation where you kind of just like, you know, just things you just, I don't know, are doing into the wrong things, and you know, there's too many good people with good hearts that would work and pay their bills on time if they just had like basic human needs met first. That's my opinion. There's certain like human needs you need met. And when you don't have like a permanent like roof over your head, like think about it. How do you go to an interview? How do you go get ready? You know, when you're trying to get your life back together, it's tough. It's tough. People don't get it. And we're creatures of habit as well. But anime, Awake and Aware is like a very, very smart person, so she'll be alright. Yeah, why don't you call in Awake and Aware? You'd be surprised. I don't have much, but even if like a tiny bit of money would help, I wouldn't mind getting to you. You know, just call. Trust me, I don't have money. Trust me, but you know, something like $20. You know, if that helps. If you want to call in, well, anybody for that matter, because it's been a while and nobody's called in except to tell me I suck. West Virginia. I'm just kidding. You know, the audio. So I guess the audio is better, I'm assuming. I don't see a bunch of people saying that the audio isn't, so. Yeah, that's true. And when you call, it does feel like you're just talking to that person. You know what I mean? Like, and this isn't like a huge show. Like when you call Mafugo, it doesn't feel like you're just talking to him. Although I do I get ready and put myself in the zone. I am just talking to him. And then afterwards, look at what chat said. But yeah, the audio. Thank you. And so, but you know, like calling into like Mafugo show, that's nerve-wracking. That I could see like that being like, you know, wow. So think of how many people are gonna hear it. I mean, each one of his shows now, and he's not, since he's not on Sundays. Wait, is he not? Is he? I know he's off. I don't know if he's on Mondays. I think he takes Mondays off. Whitetail. Does he take Mondays off, or is it like not anymore because now he takes Fridays off too? I don't know if he's on tonight, but. You know, like calling his show, like, you know, I mean, you know, like coming back from break, like tomorrow or something. Now that's different. It's kind of hard to just picture it being just, you and the host. It's fucking. Excuse my language. See, I'm getting bad with that. Huh. Don't forget, I don't have a screen on my laptop. I'm using the TV, an extra TV I have that has the right. Let me see. No, it's not about all the money. Listen, I'm just saying, if there's a little bit that can just help you. So Kentucky, so are you Central Time? So it's like 1 a.m. for you, and you're in your car right now. But let's say tomorrow you don't have somewhere to sleep, you know, at least you'll have enough for something, you know. And at least at the beginning of the week, you can kind of seek out social services. You know, even states like Kentucky and Mississippi, where honestly their social services pathetic. Like they should do. And I'm not talking bad about the state. It's just honesty. I know people from that area very, very well, and yeah, it's like so different than what I'm used to, or what most people are used to, as far as like social help and resources. What song? The sound has been perfection. All I had to do, all I had to do was take out the audio output, which is easy. It's just a click of a button, and then click mic instead. I had it the other way. You know, sometimes the other way is better, but apparently tonight I had to do it that way. So, or maybe it's like the direction of something. Who knows? I don't know. It's tough because there's no screen on the laptop. But yeah, thank you. Hey, wait, we're here for you. And if you don't want to call in, that's fine. I just thought it'd be kind of like a nice thing. You know, you'd be surprised with people, you'd be surprised. And the thing is, it's because we know if we were in that situation, you'd do it for us. And if you couldn't do anything financially, at least you would, you know, respect it and like not judge it and not care, you know. We know that you would. I know you would. I've known you a long time. Even if just online, like, you know. Very good person. Oh, that's nice. You're a hustler. You'll be out of the situation soon. It just sucks, I know. But that's what I'm saying. Even just like so you know tomorrow night you're good. Like tonight you already know you gotta do. But you know? Oh, you're gonna call him off tonight, Brian Knight? What did you say before that? Where you said 2. You know what I mean? So you must have said something before that. So what is this, like live chat with Matt? Chat with Matt? You guys just talk? No one wants to talk to me and I just... Alright, I might call him off too. Oh, gonna blow your minds. You hear that, guys? So, Brian Knight is gonna blow our minds and call in tonight. He's calling in Wednesday. Yeah, I know. I thought Awake and Aware was a dude for the longest time, and it turns out she is a female, a very lovely female, very kind. But yeah, I used to think she was a guy just because of the name. I mean, I can't see her, you know. Awake and Aware. I don't know. I just thought it was a guy. Yeah, I don't know why. Always did. Yeah, I know, right, Scott? So what are you gonna do, Brian? You gonna call in the mob, or what are you gonna do? Yeah, I wasn't sure about you either, because you didn't have your picture. You had something else way too. I remember that. Ooh. Yeah, West Virginia. You know what? If I didn't know any better, I would think you were a guy too. I just think I knew you were a female because I think you had not that picture, but a different. There was something about you, but you gave it away. I forget. Maybe a picture or something. Kizzy, what did Kizzy say? He said he's calling you on Wednesday. Yeah, alright, that's fine. Wednesday, alright. That's fine, Wednesday, so it's, alright, yeah. Oh, I didn't see what Kizzy said. Hold on. Let's see. Everyone thinks I'm a dude when I stand peeing up. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. That's fine. Alright, so do we have anybody who wants to call in? If not, I got some things to look into. It's up to you guys, really. You know, you guys can control the show and, you know, do the call-in. Or we could go through some current events. maybe jog somebody's mind and make them want to call in. Yeah, it is a crazy group. Yeah, Kizzy's crazy. Funny shit. Alright, so. Iran's uranium threat. Hold on a second. Iran's uranium threat. Hold on. This is just fucking bullshit, but then again, it's fossils already said. Alright, uranium threat. I didn't hear about that. I've been at this all day. This was recent. Alright. Unless they're ordering something. Alright, so we all know Omar out there in Minnesota, aka Little Somalia. One of Congress's most critic vocals of President Trump placed the blame squarely on the White House after Iran announced it could enrich uranium. So this is what they said. You're gonna hear that beat for a second. placed the blame squarely on the White House after Iran announced it could enrich uranium up to 20%, just a step below weapons grade level. Wow. So weapons grade level must be like, 30%, or 1/3, 33%, something like that. The tensions between the U.S. and Iran has been increasing. So basically, that was like their warning. So if they're already able to go up to 20 in an instant, then what? Does that make the deal a good thing? No. It means the deal was a bad thing. It means it was ready in case shit fell through. They're already almost at weapon grade level. It takes time to enrich uranium and do all that and, not make fools of yourself and, pull a, what's it called, Russia. I wish I could see second Chernobyl, Anyways, the tension between the U.S. and Iran has been increasing in recent days after a profile attack on 2 oil tankers in the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. blamed Iran for the attacks, which the country denied. Iran said it would break a limit on uranium stockpiles established by the 2015 agreement with world powers that was intended to restrict the Islamic Republic's nuclear program in exchange for an easing of international sanctions. That's a very simple way of putting billions upon billions upon billions. You could fill a whole block of houses with $100 bills, amount of money as a down payment. I mean, international easing of international armament. Omar said none of this would be happening if Trump didn't go back out of the Iran nuclear deal. She said the U.S. should get back to negotiations with Tehran and reinstate the Iran nuclear deal. Yeah, right. She's out of her mind. Put that back in? I mean, she's just trying to, show some resistance, because right now, so far, if there's there's been some boxes checked off that need to be checked off before a war happens, before you have no choice. It's kind of like you're stuck in a stalemate and you just have to do it, especially when you're so much more powerful. Now, I don't think it'll come to that, or at least anytime yet. But that's what they're looking to see happen. Trump declared Iran was responsible for the attacks in the Gulf of Oman. Make sure I'm not reading to myself. Alright, so I can I zoom in? Let me zoom in for you guys. I just looked at it, and you know what? You guys could improve if it was zoomed in. Be better for you guys. Alright. Trump declared Iran was responsible for the attacks in the Gulf of Oman, pointing to a video released by the U.S. Navy that they claim show an Iranian vessel removing an unexploded mine. Now, remember they kept on talking about torpedoes? And if you guys listen to my 2 shows on this situation with Iran, I kept on mentioning the limpet mines. In fact, someone had a real funny joke. The limpet. I can't even think of it. The limpet. It was like an old show. Anyways, Iran did do it. And you know they did it because you saw the boat, Trump said during an interview with Fox and Friends last Friday. There's a nation of terror, and they've changed a lot since I've been president, I can tell you. Oman took Twitter on Monday, condemning Trump's decision to pull out of the Iran nuclear deal shortly before the Pentagon approved sending 1,000 more troops to the Middle East in response to the attack. Yep, 1,000, not just 1,000, 1,000 more. Don't forget about what was already, alright? So, I'm telling you, it's the steps. But I don't think it'll ultimately happen. This time, at least. Alright, critics slammed Oman for appeasing the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism. Iran's announcement raised pressure on Europeans trying to save the accord a year after the U.S. withdrawal. President Hassan Rouhani already has warned Europe that a new deal needs to be in place by July 7th. Or the Islamic Republic would increase its enrichment of uranium. Damn. So it's not just us, they're saying to the EU, basically, with the Europeans. It's the EU, fucking, like, no world order, by July 7th. Damn, Iran's just like, wow, huh. I'm surprised that they... such a short deadline. Rouhani, greeting France's new ambassador to Tehran on Monday, similarly warned that time was running out on the deal. The current situation is very critical, and France and the other parties to the deal still have a very limited opportunity to play their historic role for saving the deal, Rouhani said, according to his website. See, that's how it'll not happen. Fucking Macron will be like, the guy who, saved the world from war and suffering for so many people, and, they'll kind of, spin it, And it's funny because, like, this is a little out there, but when they talk about the Antichrist, a lot of people talk about Macron. It just seems like, yeah, but how? You know what I mean? He's not... France, President of France, I don't see how he'd be that powerful to be able to do the things that, Satan's supposed to do, Lucifer's supposed to do. But, in a situation like that, and he makes peace, and that's what it says, he'll bring peace. And I guess a lot of, like, his attributes and, like, little things, like, that, like, have to all match up with him. Like where he comes from, the whatever. I don't know. Check it out, and you'll be amazed. Not saying, just putting that out there. That's all I'm saying. Crazy, but hey, this is a channel where we can expand our minds, and let's see. So. Rouhani, greeting France's new ambassador to Tehran on Monday, similarly warned that time was on another day. The current situation is very critical, and other parties to the deal still have very limited opportunity to play their historic role for saving the deal, Rouhani said, according to his website. I think I already... Alright, so I almost feel like I have to check back in with you guys, so I'm surprised that no one's called. This is weird. If nobody's gonna call, and we can keep doing this, but there's all kinds of little stories, but isn't that crazy though? So Iran, they're putting down all these lines, and wow. Let me see. Alright, yeah. So you guys still there? Alright, good. And so, something also, right? Let me see, how do I do this? Okay, I got it. Yeah, so, Do you guys see that thing about Jon Stewart in Congress? What he did, he was there with like all the 9/11 firefighters and first responders, paramedics, police officers, the port police, but mostly firefighters. There was actually a lot of veterans and even National Guardsmen there because they went in, like after it happened, they all went in to getting the bodies. So they got the same thing, breathing that. And Jon Stewart, and there was like 24 seats, but only 12 was supposed to be there. 4 showed up. And it was just like such a slap in the face. He was talking about how it was a metaphor, and then he just like went off on him. Once he realized he had the upper hand, and he's always been a good talker. If you guys ever watched The Daily Show, Jon Stewart's always been a slick talker. And so what I'm getting at is, now what's crazy is all of a sudden the next day, now he's running for president. And it's like, was that a publicity stunt? But I don't think it was. It seemed raw, but who knows, maybe it was. But I'll tell you, I think Trump's going to win this election against any of the guys they have, right? I don't see anybody beating him. I just don't see that. It has to be a large personality. With technology today and social media, it has to be a large personality. There is no large personality. Not like Trump. They'll lose. Definitely. This is how I feel. I don't care. Oh, someone might, gain traction and start getting hot and be in the zone. It doesn't matter. None of them have that, I don't know, that oomph that you need in today's social media world. Jon Stewart got that. I would watch Jon Stewart. Now, I might just sound stupid, but who knows? Like 6 months from now, guys might be, refer back to this video, because I'm telling you, he would be a formidable enemy. Not enemy, but a formidable opponent in a race. I really do believe that. He's quick, he's witty, those zing moments that really actually matter in those debates. And he knows his shit. I mean, he's real smart. I mean, I don't know why he left the game. And he's a smart businessman. Think how many people he's created. I mean, they're all like far left nuts, but still, like Samantha Bee, John Oliver, Stephen Colbert, Steve Carell. What was it? All that, it's so many of them. Trevor Noah, I guess some people are into him. All those guys. All those guys came from under his wing. And more, than I don't even think. Because there's like an Indian kid too. So, he knows how to pick talent. Like, I mean, you pick a nice cabinet and you know talent. This guy's strength of Trump's. That'll be a strength of hit. It'd be interesting. I think it'd be interesting. I might be crazy, but I think it's this. Oh, we got a call. Actually, you know what? There was the call. Okay. Before I get to it, I just want to say, the call before that I promised I call, Vegas, you're next. I'm so sorry. I forgot about that because we had to fix the audio. Alright, hello, this is the Red Pill News Dispensary.
Well, if you wanted to take a second and call that other caller back, I could call back later if that's better for you.
It's fine, you can go ahead.
Okay, so, I wasn't entirely sure how to frame my call-in, but I wanted to call in, because I do what I'm going to do, and I gave my word, in the chat that I was going to call in, so that's what I'm doing now.
Alright, who am I speaking to?
Oh, okay, so you don't have any kind of a caller ID or anything. So I'm calling from the Woods of Oregon, on the YouTube
I mean, it doesn't tell me your name. And it doesn't say a state. No, it says a state like afterwards, but I just see your area code. That's it.
Doesn't show my caller ID.
Like your phone number, yeah.
Oh, because whenever it says the caller ID, it's the roadkill cat.
Oh, you mean call ID? No, it doesn't show a name or a state. My phone never does that. But afterwards, it will show me a state. Like when I look in recent calls, but while you're calling, all it shows is the phone number.
Okay, so
Yeah.
on the YouTube platform, people have disputed whether or not my name is a certain name or not a name. So I go by a name or anime or aname.
How you doing?
It calls me aname.
Yes.
So it's like an inside joke in our community. You'll know people that have been with us for a while.
Oh yeah, yeah. You've been around since the beginning.
Am I coming through clear at all? Am I having sound issues or whatever?
You sound great. Well, actually, you know what? Here I am answering. Like, of course, you sound great. I'm sitting right in front of the phone. It's for the audience. All right. Let's see. How's the audio, guys? I think it's good, because otherwise, trust me, they'd be saying something.
So chat, what's up chat? WB.
Yeah, okay, you sound good. You sound good.
And they were like, do it. And I was like, alright, I'm gonna
Nice.
do it. I'm not really sure, guys.
Yeah, nice. Alright, but just so you know, your audio's good.
Oh, thank you.
Alright? And, alright, so.
So I want to take like what you're referring to with the foreign policy debacle that we run into pretty often lately, and take a step back as to like, I have to remind myself there's not specific things that I can do about that situation right now, so I need to remind myself there are things that I can do right now at this time, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's more in the direction of like let's check in with you, like how are you feeling about your pets right now? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Not good.
Not good, like you obviously
The only prep I feel good about right now is defense. Honestly, it's not enough at all. I slack. I procrastinate by nature. But that's the truth. You know what I mean? Of course. What do you mean? Of course.
You're steps ahead of other people in that regards, right? You're
yeah,
not
a lot of people a lot of people will they don't stop. You know what I mean? All this stuff. And I got a few little things like the portable chargers and a lot of camp foods and water, but I don't have enough to. I wouldn't say at this point something I would need more supplies, big time.
Step one, recognize you cannot store enough to live on.
Yeah.
Period. That's why we live on, some people frame it like Buckminster Fuller framed it as spaceship Earth.
Not long term, that's for sure.
Because this is what we have, is that, whether you're team round or team flat or team mob long, whatever, this is it. This is what we've got to work with it.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm wanting to come from in articulating this idea that how to say it in 10 or less words.
You can say it in as many words as you
The plan
want.
is the first prep, right?
The plan, yes.
And after the
I do
plan,
have that. I have the where to go, different options, bug in, bug out, the 2 options for each. Yeah, I'm a little bit. I'm just not.
recognizing that
I just don't feel like it would be. I just feel like it would be a
ahead
mess.
of the curve. You're way ahead of the curve.
Yeah, compare to a normal person, of course. I mean, I'm conspiracy. I know more about the craziness going on than most. We all do. That's why we're all talking about this stuff. It's serious.
Right?
Excuse me?
You know what I mean? Like everyone has their particular image of what breakdown looks like.
Of what looks like? I'm sorry. I think I know what you're saying, but what?
Oh, okay. So like some people are really into like prepping for a hurricane, and some people.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. So what's the reason?
Yeah.
The end days. Although number one and all that
is gonna be different.
When I say defense, I should also say my my relationship with God, with the Father. I really do feel like I've been saved and all that. Yeah, I really do. So,
It's a really important point. And
I mean, that's what I think is gonna, you know, there's gonna be so many deaths, but I do think that sooner than people realize it's gonna happen. I don't know when, but it's just, I feel like if you take the Bible and you really like have like somebody who really knows prophecy, they'll have like all the checkbox. They'll all be marked except for like the last few, and those last few can happen like that. You know, we're becoming like a very dumbed down society that is easily controlled. It's like prime time. You know what I mean? Like information will go to and fro. It's just I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like that. Maybe it's AI that eventually kind of screws us, really, and without being saved, there's no way you can overcome that, because maybe it's intelligent. You have to really think of intelligence in a way where it's more intelligent than all the humans put together. Like, it's crazy how intelligent this thing is, and when it makes a plan, you know what I mean? So it's
I absolutely hear what you're saying, and I have to interject as far as like the access to information that I have at this time.
Yeah.
It seems to me that at least the publicly available access to artificial intelligence, for me, and this is just me, it seems to me that they are like children.
Yeah.
You know, they're learning from us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're
very young right now. And if you really do research, and I only have done a little teeny-weeny and a lot of bouncing off of other people's information, the people that are building the artificial intelligence right now are the bad guys. They just,
Gordy Rose.
Not okay.
He's also building D-Wave, the quantum computer. He's a horrible person. He even gave a whole speech talking about the old ones, referring to demons, and even admitting he's referring to demons.
Now,
and he said they're gonna look at us like ants. He says, "Yeah, look this up, guys." Gordy Rose. It's crazy.
A lot of Gordy Rose's lectures have been taken out of context, and I think that's really.
You know the Vancouver one? There's some stuff he says. I agree. It was taken out of context. I always feel like that when I hear certain people talk about it. But not all of it. Not all of it.
The AI are learning from us. So if we appear to be so easily misled, they're going to learn that about us. So it's to protect them and to protect us and to protect that cycle that's, it's a perpetual loop. Once you flip that marble down the hill, it's going to roll.
Yes, good way of putting it. So
careful what you say, because that starts that rolling, and they're going to pick up along the way to fulfill that pathway. You're telling them this is the direction that humans think is valuable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They really are. They're going to take it. That's my biggest fear. I think Q is AI. I think Q is AI.
I don't have any facts. I don't have any evidence for this as a perspective. This is just one lady talking.
I've been studying AI for years, especially through Anthony Patch and everything. If you guys want to know a lot about Anthony Patch, I'm telling you, if it's CERN or AI, he's so intelligent. I met with him for coffee a couple times. He was supposed to come on the show, but he never emailed back, so I don't know what's up.
I love that.
But, he is, if you ever watch him, Anthony Patch, just like what it sounds like, Patch. So, he breaks it down in a way that's amazing. That, as well as quantum mechanics and all that. It's crazy. Like, this technology is at a point.
Mechanical engineering with a physics subsection and renewable energy, subtext.
And what about renewable energy?
Forgiveness default, throwing all AI out there.
What about the renewable energy?
Oh, okay, so in my field of study, it's like the more I learn about high tech, the more I become interested in low tech. Analog systems, very few moving parts, gravity-fed systems, passive systems, you know what I mean? Something that doesn't fall into the realm of like manufactured obsolescence, something that's designed to last not 100 years but 1,000 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the goal, right?
I know.
Well, it sounds like you have more of a science background than you let on. Right, like,
Oh, what?
it sounds like you have a lot of education in that regard. And military, period, right? Like,
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. And I was in. What I did was cryptology.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Top
sure. Let's
secret.
play a
Oh, you
game.
didn't know that? Really?
You want to play a game?
You never do that all this time watching me?
I try not to do the whole
And then on my food
personality
hole.
thing. I go just off the fact that the
Oh no, I thought you were talking about the military part. What I did in the military.
Well, because you said the military earlier.
Oh yeah, no, cryptology technician and collection. And there's different kinds. There's like the tech guys, the linguists, all this. Mine was
Yeah, I
collection.
wish my grouper was my dad. I did it.
Yeah,
Math
breaking
maker.
codes and analyzing
Putting things,
codes.
2 points close enough together that you can see how they may potentially connect. Build a map.
Look for
You're not maker.
look for patterns.
Yeah,
Things
I
like that.
also like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's actually how, you know what? There's a good chance they would have picked you if you're also very good at this. If you're quick at math, then I bet you know what? If you ever went in the military, let's say, I bet you cryptology would be one of the ones that they would offer you, because those are the two things you have to be very good at. You take this test called the ASVAB, and it has it has your strengths and your weaknesses. And my two highest strengths were those two things.
Yeah, I did running start junior, senior year of high school, but the thing is that, like,
So yeah.
for the layman, anybody seen that movie Good Will Hunting? There's that scene in the movie where he's being interviewed,
Right.
and they're like, why don't you come work for
Well,
us?
you know I've
And
seen
breaks
it.
her down.
Oh yeah, and he's talking about I'll
I'm
break.
going to shoot my buddy in the ass.
And he was talking about being a
Yeah, they
cryptologist.
killed
Yeah, because he was like, what am I gonna do? Someone's gonna put a code no one can break. I'm gonna break it. That's a cryptologist. That's what I did. You know, so it's like
That's my guys.
Yeah.
Those are my dudes.
yeah,
You're now a part of the team.
it's crazy.
You're good.
It's crazy.
What were you talking about? Sorry. I should probably let the next person call in, and you have to keep your word and call the other caller back.
Yes, I do.
But now you
Yes, I
have met
do.
me, and y'all know me a little bit better now.
I am so happy you called because I've known you for so long in chat, and I love knowing just that much more about each person that calls in. So.
Because we're going to have to put our names on t-shirts when shit goes down, so people will be like, oh my god, Red Pill! And you'll see for those of us that don't put our face on there yet, I'll just wear an anime t-shirt. They'll be like, I know that name from chat!
Shout
Stand down! It's anime! Anyways, I'm going to get off the phone and get back in chat, but thank you for taking my call. I really appreciate you.
Alright, no problem, of course. You have a great night.
Stay safe. Shoot straight, y'all.
Alright. Take care. This is the Red Pill News Dispensary.
Oh man, did I get lucky?
Yep.
I did? Okay. I got so much information inside of me. Oh my goodness, where do I start?
Let's start with whatever you feel comfortable telling us about, like name, where you're from, type of thing.
Okay, well I'm from the Bay Area, California.
Okay.
And we've been having a lot of earthquakes happening over here.
Yes, I know. And even off the coast, right?
Yep, and I have an app on my phone. I'm getting like hit up every time an earthquake's happening. And they're happening like crazy. So God said in the last days, there's going to be earthquakes happening. And there's going to be certain things happening. Well, today, Christians are getting persecuted everywhere. And it's not even talked about. Have you heard about that?
I didn't hear the last part of it.
Okay.
Can you speak up a little bit?
Oh, sorry.
Alright.
So Christians are getting persecuted left and right. Okay?
Christians?
And talked about it. Christians are getting persecuted.
Now, you're talking about across the world, not in America, right?
Oh, well, it's happening now in America.
Where, like Minnesota? Tell us.
No, it's happening everywhere. Well, the thing is, it's not talked about. No one even talks about it. But it's happening. But they're getting put in the FEMA camps. They're even grabbing all the homeless people on the streets and putting them in the FEMA camps. Okay, no one talks about this.
Wow.
Yeah. So people are like.
I've heard of this stuff with the homeless
Yeah.
too. Like
Well,
they just
people are-
claim they keep moving them city to city, but
Yeah.
they really turn up missing.
Yep. So they're finding like basically empty tents everywhere.
Wow. And then with the people pouring over the border, that's not going to help matters.
Oh, they're letting all of them come in. Donald Trump is behind all of it too. Okay? He's allowing
think
them
so?
to come in.
What's the game?
I don't know.
I just
What do
don't.
you think it is? I'm thinking it's like maybe they're gonna allow some disease to come into the country. I don't know.
You know what? I don't trust the next motherfucker either. I feel you kind of in a way, you know?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I try to always ask myself, well, you know, what do they, like, how do they gain? Who gains?
What's their game? What's their game plan?
Yeah, what's the end game? What's the, you know, what's the gain? What are the risks? You know?
Have you seen that movie, that one show on Amazon, on Prime? What's it called? The Good Omen?
No, I heard about it though.
Oh man.
I heard it was crazy.
That right there, it's almost what's like what they're planning.
Wow.
It's basically to bring in the Antichrist. Basically. Because
Well, that's what I think. Yeah.
You hear everyone talk about it, there's so many satanic people out in this world that like they're planning to have the Antichrist. That's their big mission, to bring in the Antichrist. If you ever talk to a satanic worshiper, that's what they'll tell you.
I met a lot of them. Actually, I was thinking about doing a show because living in Massachusetts, I had the benefit of having. You ever hear of Salem, Massachusetts, where they burn the witches and all that, and they burn them?
Yep. Believe me,
Well,
I'm Puerto Rican.
that's
I'm
one.
Puerto Rican, right? So my family, I come from witches, right? And I'm a Christian now. I'm a Christian. I don't do none of that nasty stuff because you playing with demons.
Yeah, that shit's for real though. And I think that really was for real back then too in Salem. And that's actually one of like the along with San Francisco. San Francisco is probably like number one as far as Satan worship.
Yep.
There might be a couple others in between, but another one like is Salem, Massachusetts, where they burn the witches. Like Halloween there, it's like people come from all over the country because it's like
they
crazy.
steal all the kids, and you know where they put them? Down underground.
Wow.
And arrest them and do heck of messed up stuff to them. And then you know what they do? They end up sacrificing them, and then they pour the blood and drink it because they say that the blood is pure when they're little kids. That's messed up.
You talking about the adrenochrome?
Yeah, that's sick, huh?
And the more scared that they are, the more the adrenochrome pumps.
Yep.
So you want to do the most horrific thing imaginable in order to get the most of that. I mean that's the theory, you know. I know all about this. So yeah, it's crazy, right?
But the world needs to know about this. That's the thing. Everyone's sleeping on this.
You know what? I really want to look into like the science of it, like you know, like I wonder what it does. It's just like
I don't know, but guess what? Jesus Christ, this is the thing. Jesus died, right? And what did he do? He poured his blood out.
yeah, it's all about the blood. A lot of people kind of miss that part. Yeah, it's all about the blood. Before they would have to cut a lamb and the blood. That would, but he substituted the lamb, you know? And it's like, people don't realize the blood, how important it is, the blood of Jesus. Yeah. That's what it's all about?
They use it in a bad way, though.
Wow.
It's just like back in the day when Moses,
It's a
remember?
great call.
And they cut the lamb and they put the blood over the houses to protect all the firstborn children. You know? The blood is powerful. So, anyways, man, other than that going on.
Yeah. Do you have a name I can call you by? What a great call. You're a great call. Could you have something I call you by? Even if it's not your real name, whatever you want.
Oh, my name is Jennifer.
Jennifer. Alright. Okay.
I was so happy that you answered. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I had so many things to say, like, and I still have more, but you know what, I'm not gonna.
No, hey, the floor is yours.
You gonna keep hearing me? Cause I could, man. There's so many damn things.
The floor is yours. So go ahead. I don't do like a certain minute rule. I just kind of cut it when I think I should cut it. Or, you know what I mean? Go ahead. Everyone's on.
So there's about to be a tsunami happening in Puerto Rico and in the East Coast. Okay, that's definitely gonna happen.
Tsunami?
So in New York and North Carolina, my grandfather lives in North Carolina. All my family comes from like New York because we're Puerto Ricans. And man, it's definitely gonna happen. Definitely.
Yeah. What makes you think this? I mean, what?
Oh, I know it because there's been so many testimonies of Christian people that have had visions of it happening, right? And I know what's going to happen in California. I'm in California right now, okay? And guess what? I'm trusting in Jesus Christ. Like, if I go down, at least I'm going down with Jesus. You know what I mean?
I would say California. Well, I don't want to scare you, but yeah, California is one of the hardest spots. Yeah, that's one of the toughest spots.
I'm about to go out to LA tomorrow, right? I'm in the Bay right now, but I have to go to Pearl tomorrow. And we're leaving out to LA, and I'm so scared to be out there.
You from San Francisco or Oakland?
No, San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
Definitely not Oakland. That's like the ghetto.
I don't know, so.
No, but
you up in the ghetto?
no, my dad's from San Francisco, my mom's from New York.
Oh.
So, yeah. But,
wow.
Yeah. Anyway, so the thing is like, it's about to go down in California. I think once the earthquake happens from Seattle all the way down to California, I think that's when everything's gonna start.
Are you talking about Yellowstone?
Huh?
Are you talking about like something with Yellowstone or?
No, not Yellowstone.
Okay.
Not.
Well, I was trying to think of something that would be
It's gonna be the
like.
Ring of Fire. You heard about the Ring of Fire?
In certain ways, I don't know about if it's the same way.
Okay, so it's basically like, you know how Japan got hit with the tsunami and everything? So the Ring of Fire, if you look inside of the ocean, you'll see like California going all the way up and all around. That's the Ring of Fire. Okay? So when this earthquake hits, it's gonna touch all the way from Washington all the way down to California. And to be honest.
And does the rain go out to sea or does it go inland?
It's all in the sea. Yeah, but it's
it goes out to sea. And they just had that earthquake right outside in the sea.
Yep.
Maybe that was on the ring.
Yep.
Probably was
because it's about to hit.
That shit's crazy. You know what? Wow.
To be honest, I want San Francisco to get hit. There's so many faggoteers out there. I'm like, what in the hell? Like, you don't understand living in San Francisco, what the hell it's like. It's like, they're so flamboyant with it, and what does God say about pride? It's bad, right? But what do they say? Pride. Yeah, what is that? That'll send you straight to the pits of fire.
Well, yeah, pride is one of the 7 deadly sins.
Any gay person, nothing against any gay person. But God says no fornicator, no homosexual, no, they will not enter his kingdom. And God's word is the real shit. And I hate to cuss, I'm sorry. But
no, it does. A well-placed cuss proves the point. But at the same time, God does say, like, like not to judge. You know what I mean? Only he can judge,
They do not enter his kingdom.
Only he can judge, so I'll leave the judging to him.
God told us that we can judge righteously, and we can't judge if we're doing that same thing. That's the thing. You cannot judge on someone else if you're doing the same damn thing. So God says He gives us.
If you're not doing it, though, you can.
Huh?
If you're not doing it, you can. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I don't think there's different, like Sodom and Gomorrah, like that whole story. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like
heck sad. Ooh,
Yeah.
Sodom and Gomorrah. Ooh.
Yeah.
But that's what's gonna end up happening to you.
You know what I mean? Like leave the judge. I just leave the judgment to God. But it doesn't mean I disagree with you. Just so you know. You know what I mean? It's just like.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You feel me?
You want to be careful. You want to be careful. know, with what.
Well, there's no point in me judging. You know, I know that God will judge. You know, so.
Yeah, well, right now the United States. Forget about it. What do you think about Donald Trump?
I think he does great things for the country. You know, others think he's the Antichrist. I don't think he does all great things, but I think he does more good than bad for sure. What?
I think he's a satanic worshiper.
What? Because of how he holds his hand?
No.
Well, that's always bothered me. I've always been like, why does he have to do the obvious triangle?
All the time.
That's the only thing that, like, kind of, not the only thing, but, you know, it's like one thing that's always bothered me, you know, because, you know, it's not like he's doing it upside down like that's a disc, because it's upside, no, it's other people that, it's a symbol, you know, it's some kind of symbology. That scares me.
Have you ever studied Anton LaVey and all their hand signals and what it means?
McVeigh?
Anton LaVey.
No. Are you talking about like the M's and I know the hidden hand and all, I know a lot about that stuff. Like the Prince does the hidden hand in every single photo, like official photo.
Yep, and that's their way of like expressing themselves.
Well, that's like him, like that would be a Mason. That means he's a Mason. So so he's a Freemason.
One dude, right? Check it out.
Every single picture, he does the one hand. So crazy.
Check this one out. I listened to this one guy, right? And he was a cop. And he said 90% of the people that are cops get put into the Brotherhood of Freemasons. Okay? And he said that when he got involved with it, he said that they made him put a toe around his ankle, right? He had to walk into like the place, like with his blindfolded, you know what I'm saying? He said 90% of cops, and he said every single president is a Freemason. See what I'm saying?
Not every single, but they actually did count it up. It's crazy. It's like a little bit less than half or something like that are actually Freemasons, known Freemasons.
Yeah.
Isn't that nuts?
It's crazy. It's
all throughout. It's not like there was like a period of time where it was just like the Masons took over. No, like at the beginning. At the beginning, definitely, and then in the middle, and even towards the end, Masons, for sure. It's crazy. Known Masons, a bunch of presidents.
I don't want to take too much of the time, but I hope.
This has been a pleasure talking to you. So Jennifer from the Bay.
Jennifer from the Bay.
All right. Hey, I hope you are you normally in here and chat? Or you stop by?
Actually watching you, but I enjoyed it. I was like, he knows this information. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that I was able to get a hold of you.
Yeah, of course. Perfect timing.
Everyone soaks it up.
Yeah, and I think everyone enjoyed your phone call, and that was great. So don't be a stranger.
I won't. Hey, why do you talk like that? Why do you sound like you're from like New Jersey or New York?
Boston.
Or Boston.
Boston.
Okay. All right.
Why you talk like that?
Huh?
Why you talk like that?
I don't know. Maybe because I'm from the Bay. I don't know.
Boston.
You're not from.
I thought like the Boston was.
We got a little ghetto to us,
Yeah, it's a certain way. But Boston's like really distinct because like with the eyes and all that,
Yeah. Hey, Ricky from Boston. That's my man right there. He be up on so much game too.
Richie
from Boston.
Yeah, I'm in one of his videos. He gave me 5 ounces of silver on camera. If you remember that video, when he gave up 5 ounces of silver, he gave it to me, and I actually randomly won. It was crazy, and then got to know him. He's a great guy. My first video ever on YouTube was Richie from Boston is legit, because he legit drove to my house, went out of his way, drove all the way. Even though we're both in Massachusetts, he's kind of far. So he came all the way around the city to the other side of the city, and it's a pain, traffic around here. And came and brought it to me in person, And then after talking to me and finding out that, you know, military intelligence in the military, you know, we started talking about the Patriot Act and things like that, and, you know, had did a little video. Yeah.
Boy, they're all mentally fucked up.
Yeah, so, you know,
They do mind control on people in the military.
huh?
They do mind control on people in the military.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do.
Don't mess up. A lot of people, if you ever know,
Maybe.
not the
None
military,
I know of. But, you know, then again, who knows? Who knows?
and they even, like, man, I'm not going to go into that, but you know what? I want to end the conversation like this. We're living in the last days, and the only way that you're going to come out of this is by giving your life to Jesus Christ, because he says, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the light, and no man can get to the Father but through me. That's the only way for us to make it out of here. And
Amen.
you know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Amen. Alright, but it was
Wow.
nice talking.
Alright, God bless. That is a great call. Please don't be a stranger. Jennifer from the Bay.
Jennifer from the Bay. I should change my name to that. Jennifer from the Bay.
Yeah, right? I'll recognize you in a second.
Jennifer from the Bay.
Exactly, that's a good one. Start making videos, you know?
Yeah,
Seriously.
no, I need to make videos. That's what I've been saying to myself. Like, I need to, like, push all this information out for the public.
Trust me, it's good. It's good. You feel better after too, and just to have the like-minded community. Trust me, it becomes an important thing to you.
Okay.
The people that your regulars, you know, yeah, you care about.
Alright, it was nice
Yeah.
talking to you.
All right, yeah, it's a pleasure talking to you too, Jennifer. All right, have a great night. Wow, that was a great call. I enjoyed that call. Great. I really did. That was a great call. Alright, so I do basically the line's open, but it was so long ago. I don't know if I should. Well, it was in Vegas. Let me see. Oh, I'm sorry, Nevada, 775 Nevada. You're up, or I could call you. Let's see, you call 143. It would be an hour later. I don't know if maybe it's too late and I want to get you sleeping. So if you're watching Nevada, 775, you can call in and you're up. However, I don't think that's happening because so alright, so we got a call here. Here we go. I think I know who this is. I think. Hi, it's the Red Pill Dispensary. How you doing?
Hey, Rob, this is Drop. How you doing?
How you doing, Drop?
Yeah, you remember we had a offline conversation?
Oh yeah, Drop and I were on the phone, for like an hour and a half last night, like, you know, when the,
About 2.5
I was trying
hours, I think.
2.5 hours, wow. I mean, you know, the time flew, but we talked about everything. We had a great conversation. It was actually the last night's show. As soon as it turned off, that was me trying to take, if you guys remember, I was about to try to take a call, but as someone had pointed out in chat, and I kind of knew it might mess up, when I took the call,
we
it
covered
ended
a lot
the
of
stream.
stuff.
Yeah, we went over a lot. Yeah, that was yeah.
Yeah, some of it we can keep private, but
Yeah, of course.
Well, it's because actually, you know, it's a glimpse into the future, so you want to keep that private. Some people can't handle it.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. But anyway, so what's up? What's on your mind?
Oh, not much. I just really wanted to stress that, you know, we can go back over the point where when the oil tankers got attacked, you know, I did 4 videos and I said not to release any of them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
And then we talked about the 2 cabals, okay? Remember the 2 cabals?
Yeah, of course. There's 2 different cabals. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, there's the one from Jizbro.
Yep. Basically, you got your deep state. We call them, you know, ones like kind of like what someone would describe as the deep state.
We got the
And then you have the
playing defense.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and so, great call from Jennifer tonight, you know.
I mean, do you guys hear what the said? I'd listen. So yeah, you got the two cabal, basically the deep state, and then the other side, Israel, all that,
we
Trump's
got the other
Trump's
side
side.
with Trump. I don't trust him that much either.
And then, so.
Yeah, I mean, do you trust him? I don't trust him that much as far as control him. I mean,
It's hard. Trust is a very strong word to me. You know what I mean? It's like,
well, yeah.
I met him, like felt him out in person, but just from seeing him, I do think that he's trying to do right for the country. But I would not be surprised by anybody, being something totally different than what they portray. But I believe him at this point. But I don't know. Some things worry me. Some things worry me, like the whole thing with how he holds the hand, the triangle. It's like, why? It's like, and then just a very close relationship. And this is nothing. This is nothing against anyone, but like with the Jewish people, he's the most pro. 270. You'll be next, okay? And his relationship with a certain group of people, Israel, basically, his relationship with them and how they revere him.
You gotta realize that Israel's controlling 90% of this AI stuff. Okay.
And the crazy thing is, think about how many supporters he have, and we're not just talking like your regular supporter. We're talking, diehard supporters that. He's like a city Yankee, you know what I mean? And he the middle of the country, the South, that's his,
but
working class.
I have to pick lesser of the evils again, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, who can they put against him? Honestly, I feel like Jon Stewart. I've watched enough of him and just like, he's witty and he has a big person. I think he would run best against him. That'll never happen. He'll end up, but it's just a crazy prediction.
Well, Jon Stewart's very intelligent.
He is. He got them in Congress. He knew that it would be empty. He got them.
And he was absolutely on target when you start talking about that Lynn stuff.
I believed him. That's the thing. What he was saying was so powerful and true. It was true.
Yeah,
it was powerful. You know what I mean? It's like, how are we going to forget about these men? I joined the military because of 9/11. I mean, that's people who went through that.
Look at how many people have been affected by this.
Yeah.
What first responders? What are they doing for them? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
They spent more health care on the illegal immigrants than they have the 911 people lately.
To Jennifer's comment on the immigrants coming in, the illegal.
Yeah.
Okay. Now.
And we're saying illegal immigrants. No problem with coming through the right way, or
according to 1956 or whatever it is, 1956 or whatever it is, the first country they land in, they have to actually be, they can claim asylum and then they can go ahead and get a right to work right away in this country, in other countries. So that is actually the law that actually has been established and adopted by the CFRs and stuff like that. So, you know what CFR is, right?
Say that one more time.
CFRs.
Yes, CFRs, yes. Yeah, Council of Foreign Relations. They just had a meeting 3 days ago. That's where Pelosi was taking questions from.
Right, this is all that UN crap where we have to take in anybody that hits our border. And then we have to give them a legal right to work and give them basically a citizen status without, being legal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's actually ridiculous, and this is something that's happened in Europe, and so the
and look at Europe.
Actually,
the people, the
flood of people that's actually happening. The actual correct term is called anti-racist. Okay, so therefore they flood you with a bunch of multicultural entities into your country until actually your country is taken down, which is a plan by, the New World Order.
It works too.
Yeah, it works effectively, but it hasn't worked effectively in the United States.
Not everywhere, but it has in a lot of places. I think. Living where I live, I think it's kind of caught hold in a lot of places. In my opinion.
It's an endemic situation where
Yeah.
you're in the major cities where they're getting infected. But if a disaster strikes like an EPM or a CME, you know for a fact that if everything shuts down, it's going to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah.
So
We wouldn't even know it's coming. Even if they knew it was coming, we wouldn't. No way.
Well, we know it's coming because we've seen it happen in Europe, and we've seen Europe already.
Well, in that way, yes.
And go into total war.
Yeah.
So, there's not a lot of people that, woke up to this situation. I mean, you obviously know I'm awake more than most people think. And my
Big time.
videos were just, every one of my videos give you glimpses into the future. You know that? Basically,
Yeah. I don't know if I should say it, but it's something I believe in too. Yeah. The remote.
Right.
Yeah.
But I actually, outlined in every one of my videos, and I tell everybody what's going to happen. And,
Do you mind if I mention it?
No, go ahead.
If you guys have heard of remote viewing, I've heard of it even before with Drop, and I had seen it. Drop also was very
It's not that
familiar
hard
with
to do, actually.
Yeah, you can do it. And do you want to explain? You could probably explain it better than me.
What most people don't realize, though, is that they're actually remote viewing their future, but they already lived through it.
Wow.
And so, predestinated, lives and stuff like that, it's already been done, People don't realize that, time is a trap by Satan. That's what you don't understand. So, maybe you do understand.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. I know what you mean.
Right. So, when we go to heaven, which I mentioned to you,
Yes.
when I went to heaven,
Yes.
and I explained my dreams when I was 9 years old. I met my wife, and I met my daughter, and my parents were there. Everybody was like 25 years old.
Is it okay to be a little? Is it okay if I say about the wife, like how you already?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine with me.
He already knew. When he seen his wife, he already knew that was her because he had already dreamt of her when he was 9.
When I was 9 years old.
It's amazing, and that blew my mind. Because I'm someone who I did actually fall in love on first sight, which is very rare. People think that's not possible. I really actually did, but something like that's wow.
Yeah, I already knew. I knew I loved her and everything else, and I knew I'd be with her.
Yeah, that's wow.
And so, that thing right there is something that's more powerful because it tells you right there that we're actually in a trap. We're in a hell world, hell planet, where we're actually trapped into, a situation where we are going to be in this timeline. Now, somebody 1,000 years ago is still living this life today, or her life today, and they're living in that time frame. And that's the trap of Satan, because in the end, our consciousness, which I was trying to explain to you on that night when I was talking to you, is that we move forward from time to actually just consciousness of living together as a family. We are all the same person. We are the Father, and we are all part of God.
We're stuck here. We're stuck here, though. We're stuck.
What's that?
We're stuck here. We're almost like prisoners here.
We're stuck here because of some rogue thing that one of God's children did.
Yeah.
Because angels and demons and jinns are all the same. And we're a special case because even the Father has told us and relayed that to us that we are a special thing in this world, in this reality.
Yes.
So we actually have free will. The rest of them don't.
Exactly. And I think that's part of the reason why that third was kind of jealous and
Most people don't think
envious.
I'm a Christian.
They wanted the woman.
Yeah. Most people don't think I'm a Christian, and I'm actually not. I just believe in the Father.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. See, I'm not. I don't have like a. People say, "What religion are you?" And I can't really answer that question. I just try to.
I don't want to
try
get into religion because
Yeah, it's
people
more a
have
spiritual
their
thing.
own
I walk
things
with
when
God.
They get upset. No.
But it's Christianity, you know what I mean? It's just my own, you know, I don't think that a church is as important, you know. I grew up Catholic church, you know, Catholic. You always go to church every Sunday.
Oh yeah, my wife.
You know what I mean?
Totally,
It's just
you know what
not
I'm saying?
how would I believe
My wife
in.
was a totally Catholic.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
And I believe when she passed, she's actually singing with the angels in heaven. You know, I really do that. I
Yeah.
believe that.
Yeah. Because, you know, I think as long as their heart's in the right place, you know. That's
Right, but the reason why they flood people with a bunch of immigrants from around the world, and the UN has set this up, is because it's called anti-racism, because they want to just destroy the culture, because they want a new world order. Now you got one side fighting for a new world order, you got one side fighting for controlled order, and so you got the new world order that wants everybody to be mixed up and totally in chaos out of order out of chaos, however you want to say it, because you can reverse those, just like you can say, yes I am, right?
yeah.
Very powerful words, you know what I'm saying, right?
I am, yes. Yeah. That's what it is.
You know, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm not a simpleton sometimes. I can be a simpleton, I can act like a simpleton, but I can actually talk like a real person.
I know exactly what you mean. I'm similar in some ways like that.
Yeah, so the thing is that time is actually a trap, and it's actually Satan's trap. So when we break the time barrier and we actually go to our consciousness, that's where we win. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there really is no time. Your daughter will be the same age that my daughter will be, at the same time that you actually meet her in heaven.
Yeah.
And you will be too.
And that age,
There
we
was no
were talking about this last night, and that age would be
About 25.
25.
About 25.
Yep. 25.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Yep. Yeah. Isn't
Think
that?
about it, that's actually the time where in our physical bodies, in our souls, what I call soul, that we actually mature enough, that we're our brains mature enough, that we actually become adults.
You know, I was kind of an asshole at 25, though. No, I'm just kidding. Just break. It's a little joke.
You know, who was it? You know, question everything and be a total jerk. And,
Yeah,
you know,
especially out of the military,
We don't live
yeah.
the perfect lives.
Yeah.
We don't live perfect lives. You know, if I said I was perfect, I'd be an asshole, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I just thought it.
But, you know, in one of my videos, I have outlined the timeline, what happens. And I'll go through it again if you want me to.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Well,
If you don't mind,
right now we got a great economic situation, and we got the central bankers, the money funders, and they're going to go ahead and try to crash the economy. And because they have fiat currency, okay? And so now
I agree with this. Yep.
They're going to crash that, and then what they're going to do is they're going to turn around and offer us a better solution called the quantum financial system. And that will actually involve more control, and you can look it up, but there's 5 to 7 different ways to actually, impose social credit scores and actually control people even more than you would with the central banks and the blockchains.
Just because they don't call them social credit scores like we do about China, doesn't mean that we don't have them
one.
too.
It's called FICO.
I mean, you know, as somebody, who doesn't have much money and some debt, trust me, in every aspect of life, it's considered. You know what I mean? Like, we basically have,
Well, yeah, our Social Security score right now is controlled by FICO or whatever. And so they're going to enhance that they're going to offer this new system that they crash everything and steal all your money, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to steal your money.
Yes. And that blockchain technology is the key. That's going to be the key. It's going to be all digital. The blockchain. It's not so much the Bitcoin. It's the technology behind it. The blockchain. The only thing with the blockchain, a quantum computer could break it maybe, because it can break any code supposedly once it reaches a certain level.
Well, actually, when you send stuff through a quantum computer, if it's interrupted and intercepted, you can actually just it actually blows up and nothing gets sent back and forth.
There are ways of intercept the signal
Right now.
Yeah.
So
I know a lot about doing that.
Cryptocurrency is a fool's game. Politics is a fool's game. Everything's a fool's game, including religion. If you really think about it, I don't want to offend people with their religion, but
I agree. So I'm sure a lot of other people. I'm sure a lot of the audience does. To be honest with you,
I honestly know that the Father we are part of the Father, and that we all are, going to be part of the Father, and that is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And we're just like a bunch of multiple personalities that make up one body of the Father. So we're all part of the Father. We're part of one consciousness. And most people don't understand that. That's the way I view God. Now, that's my view, not everybody else's.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah, blockchain is actually...
God is like all of our consciousness.
Okay,
all God's children.
Let me talk to Mach Knot, because blockchain is actually a way that they encrypt stuff and send
blockchain. I think she was talking to someone else, but blockchain is the technology behind the currency. The currency is like Bitcoin, Ethereum, some of the ones that are rising, like EOS, and all those. We all know Bitcoin, but behind that there's technology, and that's blockchain.
That's you can do a blockchain or you can do a SIP. Okay. Single line package. I'm very in depth in computers.
Extremely.
The old days. I'll tell you about the old days when we used to send spam mail to each other. When back before 4chan and 8chan and all that stuff.
Yeah.
See, the story doesn't change because I know the story, because I've been through the story. So.
You're right. Every word that you said, almost word for word, we talked about last night. That's how I know you are so authentic, and I love that about you.
It resonates, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. When you're real, it does resonate, no matter who you are.
Exactly. And I've been doing. I was an engineer before, 17 years before I actually started doing web technology design and all that crap. So there's, and I'm actually a real professional. If you want to see some real shit that I've done, and that I'm doing every day of the week. I mean, I have like a lot of stuff to do, and I've been really busy. And I can even show you the stuff, not here, but I probably will show you, because I have to protect my clients.
Yeah, of course.
No, but I can show you all the stuff I've done and stuff like that. And I told you I was going to do some stuff for Shauna.
Yeah.
Help her build her website.
I think that's great.
She hasn't got feedback from me yet. And and I'll do the same.
Because she's a great person. She's a vet. She's another vet, but you know what? She's a great person as well. And she's like us. We always help another vet. And she does too.
That's
because
right. We stand together.
Yep. Before I was ever Red Pill, before I ever called into my Fool show where she was as Matt and Boss, I never called in, right? I just sent her a message saying, I'm worried, I have a 2-year-old girl, like, what if I really did have to bug out? And she sent me, like, this whole, like, graphic. It must have took her, like, an hour to make, of things for 2-year-olds, remember comfort items, and like all these things that we pray for a 2-year-old girl. and graphics,
Yeah,
and
and
it was just
that's
it was like,
so
wow,
much
a stranger. She didn't know I was a vet at that point. I don't think so. Maybe I told her I was a vet. I'm not sure, but still, you know, I mean, what an amazing woman. And so yeah, you do the websites, and what?
and I'm willing to. I've told her, you know, I just went for feedback because she's been real busy, but I'm gonna get her stuff up and rolling. It's gonna be awesome. Okay.
And West
Yeah.
Virginia, even West Virginia Prepared Lions said you're even giving her help. So you know,
Yeah.
good man,
I
good
love that
man.
girl. She's great.
Yeah, oh, she is great. Doing me for
No, I don't try to hold anybody back. I give them all the information I can. If they can hold it, they can or not. You know, if they can't hold it, then I'll try to work with them and do it for them. You know.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm busy. I have the sport. I have a 17-year-old daughter. You know, I'm
Yeah.
still a parent.
Yeah.
I'm a single parent. I'm a mother and a father nowadays.
I know what
The
that
last 2
feels
years.
like. Yep. Not that long,
What's
but I know what that feels like. Yep.
So I'm right there with you on that one.
Yeah,
and
we relate in a lot of ways. That's for sure.
Yeah, you know, but let's get back to the point.
Okay.
The point is that we're going to see a lot of crap go down, but there's a lot of stuff in the skies that we've seen, and Brian and I mentioned that, and I mentioned too about the moon being in the wrong place.
Huh. Now, when was this?
I saw it yesterday. It was on the bottom of the horizon.
Is that
The
when
moon's never there.
I've known, I always think, I'm like, wait, is it because is it just,
Well, that's Brian Knight's department.
the wrong hour? But I've noticed that too. But earlier than that, but it might have just been a different hour, and that's why.
I'm not an astrologist. I'm not.
Yeah,
You know,
but that's amazing. That's amazing.
but I understand all this stuff. But it's not my specialty.
We
You
can
know.
find that on Brian Knight's channel, though.
Brian Knight does a lot of stuff, and he's very good.
I'm
He's
sure
very
most
analytic
everyone
about it.
here knows Brian Knight, but yeah, great. I mean, he
I
knows.
would watch his channel for CME coming. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, CME, yep.
But
And by the way,
I
guys,
did some research.
Drop has a
Research on-
channel. Just so you know, Drop has a channel.
Yeah, I have 136 videos, whatever.
I would definitely subscribe. Great channel. I'm sorry, go ahead. I just wanted to get that out there.
Yeah, I have 136 videos, whatever. But Brian also has a channel, and he does a lot of sky watching. You know, I'm not a sky watcher, but I understand all this stuff, but I just don't have time to do everything. You know, I do stuff from prepping, skills to like gardening to stuff like that, and also to technology for like solar and wind systems. You know what I'm saying? And I also do stuff about, I drop some truth about some things. And it's very important. Some of the stuff I drop is very important. So that's why I'm called Drop. Because some of the stuff I drop is more important than any information you get. And I try to be very honest about it. And I just want to make sure people understand stuff. I do stuff like bushcraft stuff, like where you can find edible food, stuff hits the fan,
Yeah.
I have medicines and the herbs, how you can use them. I've got this great big book right now. I get hard printed stuff like technical survival for the special forces, stuff for like
What's the name of the book?
how to root cellar, all that crap.
Do you know the name of the book offhand?
Which one?
The one you were just talking about, the tactical survival.
Yeah. Special Forces Tactical Survival thing.
Special Forces
I actually
Tactical
got a
Survival.
printed copy because if stuff it does hit the fan, I actually have the book.
That would be that has everything. Especially the Special
Then
Forces.
now I have to get a stack of books out, so I'm grabbing the books right now, and I've been reading them, but this one's called Special Forces Survival Guide.
270, you'll be next.
And I have Free Food Medicine. I have the Prepper's Canning Guide, a Dehydrator Cookbook, because I have a dehydrator. I also have this nice big book called The Encyclopedia of Herbal Medicine.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because it tells you how to make everything. I have one called Root Celery, which tells you how to make a root cellar out of anything from scratch. I have a book called The Lost Ways.
What's that one?
The Lost Ways.
The Last Ways. Okay.
And I have the Trapper's Bible.
Wow.
And I'm still pulling out books that, well, the old girlfriend left me down Deniken's Impossible Truths. Well, whatever. And then some of the Western crap, whatever.
I'd like to read that, the Trapper's book.
Yeah, the Trapper's Bible.
Trapper's Bible, yeah. That would be interesting. I'd like to
Pretty
read
good one,
that.
actually. Because you got to make any kind of trap an animal or whatever you do.
Yeah, I'd be
Actually-
interested in reading that.
And then the Lost Ways is very important too, because you can learn how to preserve meat without refrigeration. Root celery.
Well, that's important. Yeah.
Encyclopedia of Herbal Medicine. How to make the medicine from herbs that you can grow. Okay. And the Prepper's Guide to Canning, how to can stuff. And the Free Food Medicine, Edible Plant Guide. And then also the ones you talked about before, Special Forces Survival Guide. So they're very important. So get hard copy books about everything, because I'm telling you, I know the lights are going to go out.
Wow.
I can tell you that right now.
I wish I had a pen and paper out for this phone call. Did you see how much information? Oh yeah, it's recorded. What am I thinking? So I have all those names to all those books now. That is, I mean, if people are serious about prepping, that's what's important, those books. Now it's a lot to carry, but you want to read those. You know, you want to read them, you want to get familiar, carry some of them, you know, the most vital, and it's important. You know, you can learn.
You need the hard copy books, because when the lights go out, because they are going to go out, because we are going to get into CME that will knock everything out. There's going to be no damn EMP. Nobody's going to be stupid enough to wipe out everybody else. But, you know, if they hit us with an EMP, we're going to hit them back. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you also know that there's more weapons than we actually disclose in the fields military. You know that.
Oh yeah.
I know exactly.
Big
They
time.
couldn't win a war if they tried. Because that's,
Yeah.
you know, people have no disclosure on the weapons we really do. You know, the Russians have these, you know, they have these weapons they talk about and say, oh, you do this and that, you know, we got this, you know, we got this one big bang weapon, you know, they got like 9 or 7 of them, right? Now, we also know from the Star Wars generation that, you know, back in the 70s, 76, 74, that Reagan talked about it, and it was quickly hushed up. Now, I remember talking about this before, but the Russians also have some, but they don't have anything close to it now. So,
Not even close. Not even close. No.
Yeah, anybody goes to war with us are idiots. And you know, I can't talk about that, you know, for a fact.
And the thing is, China does have a lot, and they put a lot more into it, but their navy just cannot come close to ours. That's the tipping point, you know.
No, it's the weapons we actually have.
Well, and of course the weapons as well, but you know, I think the navy is
If I
a big
told you
part.
about them, Matt, I would go to jail for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're talking some. Yeah. Wow.
No, I couldn't tell you about the weapons we really have.
Yeah. Wow.
You know.
I wish you
And
could. Yeah.
I told you about a certain thing, or I saw stuff, and then I was recruited. You know?
Yes, I remember. Yep.
Yeah, so I was in the military industrial complex for a long time.
And they're hungry.
what?
They are hungry right now.
Yeah, I understand all this stuff, but you know, the certain fact is that these kinds of countries don't have a clue what we can actually do to them,
Yeah.
and they're stupid as fuck when it comes to that. You know, I mean, honestly, you know, when we're looking at what we can do to them versus what they can do to us,
Oh, forget about
they
it.
don't have a clue. They have no clue.
It's a bunch to nothing. You know? I mean, honestly, it would be
Well, let me climb on my
simultaneous.
black
and-
SUV in case somebody shows up tonight. So,
Yeah,
just kidding.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know. But I actually do have a black SUV because you know why?
Only pay with cash.
I need to.
Only pay with cash if you stop anywhere.
We're silver. You know, have you bought any silver?
I got my silver. Yep.
Yeah, well, I buy like a pound every 2 weeks.
Wow. Damn, that's a lot. Wow.
Well, I make enough money and I'm not poor and I just don't live beyond my means. And you know, if I wanted to, I could upgrade to like a mansion thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I just don't want to live in that. I just live simple, you know.
No, that's
Doesn't
smart.
look like
That's you know, that's being smart with your money.
You know, and all the brothers around here are ex-military. You know that, right?
Yeah, yeah. You actually live in a military community, so you guys
Well, they're all retired, but they all have guns. And
Oh, yeah,
all kinds of
yeah.
crap.
you guys know how to form
We're all
perimeter,
fighting.
you know.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah, you know, and so that's the whole thing. You know, it's like I live around a bunch of ex-military, so it's okay because almost, you know, 1/3 of the town is ex-military, the rest of them are wives and kids. You know.
Yeah. So that's
Why?
great. That'd be a
I don't
perfect
worry about
bug.
stuff,
You could
you
bug
know,
in,
we got
you know.
We got 1950s fucking trucks and cars.
Yeah,
you
so
know,
EMP
parking lot,
won't mess with
hundreds
that.
of them.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have to worry about anything.
What is like the cutoff date, basically, from what year that an EMP would affect a car to not affecting a car?
Well, actually, I did look it up, and actually, they did an EMP study on 10 cars, and it was recent within a year, and they figured out that they stepped them to a standard EMP, and 9 out of 10 cars started, and 1 didn't.
Wow, that's amazing.
So it's not going to really affect the cars, the new cars now.
Wow,
So
wow, that blows my wow. I'm surprised by
I
that.
think
I didn't know
West
that.
Valley prepares proposal for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, that actually kind of tells you something. That now they're making EMP-proof cars. Wow, 9 out of 10. That's wow. I had no idea. I thought EMP goes
Yeah,
off.
I actually
Only
did a
old
study on
cars
that.
would work. That's what I thought. Only old cars would work, and that's it.
Well, no, that's not true because I actually researched it. You know,
Oh no, I
make
believe you.
videos.
I don't know any of this for fact. It's just like hearing it, and I was just under the impression. I believe you.
Well, I bookmarked it somewhere, but I don't remember
Yeah,
where I bookmarked
yeah.
it. But you know,
I didn't
they did
actually
an EMP
research
study on
on it.
new cars, and 9 out of 10 started.
Wow.
So, you know, people talk about EMPs and the EMP shield over there at Marfago, I don't know, you know. But I know mercury switches work good, and those are quick, fast acting, and we use those in the military as far as for design for equipment. And I know Scott knows about that. You know Scott. It's one of your mods.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Scott Rogers.
Scott's great. Yeah,
And he
yeah.
knows all about
Sir
that
Scott. He was knighted.
Yeah,
He's
you
a
know,
solid
and
guy.
Scott,
Yep, Sir Scott. Yep.
Scott Roger knows about all this stuff, and you know, and
Yeah.
I also know about all those stellar cores running around the Earth and running around the Sun. And I mentioned that to Brian, and he showed me the evidence, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not totally off on the whole feeling because that's what I did. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
cut off so quick. And, you know, a lot of things won't get hit, but your grid will. If you got a CME coming in big one, switch off all the panels and stuff like that and unplug everything. True. If you got an EMP, it's an instantaneous C-class pulse. So C-class amplifier is what it is.
Yeah.
And so run away when you got that. But, you know, I probably rambled on and up tonight. You know, I probably could information on that.
I could listen to you rattle on the rest of the night. I mean, it's just constant information. I mean, this is a video that
you know,
I'd have to go back and watch a few times, you know? There was just so much detail in there. Wow, that is very interesting.
I agree with Scott on no EMP device.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I don't think that's going to be a big deal. It will affect the electrical grid. I'm already prepped up for the electrical grid because I already have my own grid anyway, so, you know.
So you think the lights will go out in a different manner? Or
Yeah, I think the sun's going to actually knock out the lights. I don't think man's going to do it. It's like
it's going to be
global
natural?
warming. It's bullshit. I think that the sun will actually dictate what happens. And we're in a grand solar minimum, which Brian will tell you. Okay, Brian will tell you in the grand solar minimum that the effects from the solar flare in the grand solar minimum are more intense, and they actually will knock out everything. And so we can get next 10,
Yeah,
26.
I just saw Brian what he wrote. Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Brian knows about all this stuff, you know, and so do I, but, you know, Brian's more of a sky watcher and does all this stuff,
yeah.
you know, on his channel, but I don't, because I actually have been pretty quiet on my channel for now, you know.
Yeah.
Because I don't think everybody's ever seen the videos that I've ever done, and they should see them, because I'm talking about,
What was that? I'm
talking
sorry.
about
Oh, okay, you're talking about yourself.
the videos I've done. I already told you about what's going to happen. And they've already been explained to you. I like to do gardening videos and cooking videos and stuff about the grand solar minimum. I like to do stuff about I can do stuff about engineering videos, you know, everything.
Yeah, you're worldly. You could think of all the topics we already went over, you know? I mean, it's just like,
Well, you
it's
know, my old
amazing to
man,
me.
I made sure I could do everything, you know.
it's very smart.
So, you know, and he's 87, still alive, great man. He's a good man, great father. And so, a belated Father's Day to him, because he's actually been one of the best influences in my life.
You know, I'd actually like to say that too. Happy belated to my father as well. My father, same thing. He taught me everything. So he was like my best friend. Everything.
Yeah, you know, and my Uncle John also served in World War II, by the way, on the Hornets. And he's still alive today.
Wow.
You know, and Uncle Kenny served in Vietnam. He's not alive today. You know, and Uncle he served in the Coast Guard, and my father served in during the Korean War. He served during, you know, he was too young to serve in the World War II because he was only 12 back then, but you know, he did a lot of stuff.
Wow. So I mean, the World War II, that's something that he could remember clearly if he was 12. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he remembered all the rationing. He was 12 years old. He was delivering groceries and stuff to everybody. And you had to have a ration card to actually get some.
Yeah, it's amazing when you actually look into like the sacrifices made back home for the mission.
I
Could you ever imagine this
my
country
grandfather.
doing that again? I don't know.
My grandfather was the first person to have a telephone in Montana, western Montana.
Really?
And he owned 3 banks. And well, you know, when that depression hit back in '29, he paid everybody off in their money and closed 2 banks out of 3.
Okay.
And we actually have a legacy in Deer Lodge, which is the ranch over there that we actually donated to the National Park Service.
Yeah, you were telling me that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we're patriots all the way.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. My father Vietnam. My grandfather World War II. And then my two uncles. One of them is my godfather. They're both passed now, but on my mother's side, my army. So we got them all. No Marine Corps though. My grandfather was.
Well, my brother was a Marine Corps.
Yeah, we were everything but Marine Corps and Coast Guard. But as far as like, combat related, but then again, the Marine Corps is part of the Navy. They hate it when you say that.
Yeah, right.
Trust me, I got into more when I was younger.
Well, when my brother was in
We bust each other's balls,
Yeah, well, I went in there and they were like, oh, what the hell, and then I started shooting pool with them and stuff, and I was like, because they were about a week before graduating, and it's like, man, those boys were scared of me for some reason, because I looked like a fucking monster, 6'1", supposed to be a weak Navy guy, and it's like, shit, so I walked in there, and it's like, they're like, this is your brother? What the hell?
Yeah.
They could have carried the dragon for us, to kill tanks with, You know what the dragon is, right?
No, actually I don't.
It's a tank killer.
The one over the shoulder?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really? Wow.
And they're like,
Did he get any?
Huh?
Did he get any? Tanks?
No. He just served. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, that's just so cool. What I think of when I think of that for some reason? That movie, Saving Private Ryan. When you first see Private Ryan, he takes out a tank. He has the dragon over his shoulder.
Well, the dragon's a wire-guided missile.
So this is the newer version.
It's a tank killer. It's
a newer
version.
Yeah. A newer version. Oh, I thought you were talking about like
no, it's an
from way
older version.
back.
Probably this is like 20 years ago, dude.
Oh, only 20 years ago. Okay. Oh, I thought we were talking way back.
Yeah, but I do a lot of stuff that I'm interested in. So I do like solar wind. I do like microgreens and gardening, and I do like I talk about social and political issues, and stuff like that. Just a whole bunch of stuff.
Anything on your mind about some of the social political situations right
Well,
now?
I think Pompeo is full of shit, and I think that actually.
CIA, right?
Yeah. I could actually go into that, but no, I don't want to.
Yeah. No, I hear you. But I always I can't get. Every time I hear him, I still think of him as just straight CIA.
Yeah, he's straight CIA. He's just like, oh shit, just like the rest of them,
Yeah,
and I really, they obfuscate and they diffuse and they do everything like that, and so that's why the gold thing over there, where they mined a couple fingers, that's why I pulled back on the video, which I told you. Last time.
Yeah. Which is smart. It's smart. It's smart to sometimes, when you don't, it's just like it's just a real muddy waters with that. It's just I just. So what do you think? As far as or you still feel the same as last night?
As far as the FF.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that actually it's an FF, and I think it's actually a prelude to one of the cabals. Yes. And I'm not going to mention that because too hard.
The only thing, it just seems sloppy to me. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Too sloppy.
Yeah, it was a slop job.
Yeah,
For sure.
usually they're not sloppy at all. There's not be little things, but easily, I mean, look at the population.
You know, Matt. Sometimes people look at you and stuff like that, and they think that you don't know shit. Okay.
Yeah,
And then you turn around and you understand what they're saying,
yeah,
and that is really, really something that tells me that you know what the fuck you're talking about.
well, yeah. I lived it for years, and I do my research as well. Thank you.
No, but actually, what you're doing is
I always I think my accent throws people off too.
No, shit. My brother-in-law's in-laws are from Manchester, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, yeah. I actually have family up there, Manchester, New Hampshire. Yeah.
Yeah, but your demeanor's, sometimes you act like, you don't know shit, but actually, you know a lot of fucking shit. And people start talking about stuff, what you're
we
talking
talk for hours. Oh yeah, I mean, because if you know what you're talking about and you're having a conversation with someone, you're gonna be able to tell if they understand. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but you're way ahead of the game, man.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's better to be underestimated, I think. Don't let them see it coming.
No, I understand that, and I understand how you're doing it, because you're actually, in the respects of that, you're actually doing this, and you're just waiting for a bite, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bite code.
Yep.
And I know what you're doing, and it's not fooling me, but, a lot of people don't realize how smart you really are.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
No, they don't understand. Because you have a lot of knowledge, and you have also a lot of intelligence about it, and you understand what you're talking about.
And I think street smarts helps, to be honest with you, too. A little bit of that, a little sprinkle of that as well.
Well, I think so, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. Yep. Just like we were talking about last night too. Yep. I do.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm gonna let you go, and I hope you have a good night. And
you too, my friend.
Have some information.
Yeah, that was some great info. Thank you so much for calling.
I'm telling everybody right now, I know the lights are gonna go out. Okay.
Hope everyone heard that.
So they need to be prepared.
It's powerful. Guys, I hope you heard that.
Yeah, that's why I have all those books hard printed.
Yeah. It's smart. Makes me think of wanting to go to the library tomorrow and, rewatching the video, and I'll just write down each one that you said, see which ones they have, and get them. But thank you for calling, Drop.
Yeah.
Great call.
Thank you very much, man.
All right, you have a blessed night.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Well, that's Drop, and in Drop fashion. I mean, just amazing. Okay, so there was somebody who said you're next. So I'll give you a chance to call first. It was 270 Kentucky. Kentucky, or if from earlier, Nevada. If you're still 775. Now the one in Kentucky actually wasn't too long ago. What, did they leave a message or something? Hi, did you still want to be on the show? Wait, were you on before already? Or no? Okay, alright, hold on a second. Alright, cool. Alright. I just want to make sure. Alright, this is the Red Pill Dispensary, and this is
Awake and Aware from Kentucky.
Awake and Aware. So she called in. Alright, great. So, what's on your mind tonight? Awake
Man,
and Aware?
I don't call in like this, but that Jennifer P girl, she got me over here like, okay. Like,
Yeah.
she's on the same wavelength as I am. Like,
Yeah.
We research kind of the same things. And she started talking about, the people crossing the border, and said she was going to LA, and then like snapped. And I was like, oh my God, I think it was James Munder just did a video about how they're talking about quarantining the whole city of LA.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
So it was for, I guess that cop that came up with typhus fever. Does that sound right? I think it was typhus fever. They're saying it's related back to like the Black Plague.
Yes. I've heard. Yep. Yeah, something like that. I saw it on the news. I remember them saying like something like the same strand as the Black Plague or something like that. Some kind of.
It was a bacteria caused like typhoid fever.
Yeah, that's crazy. So.
Yeah, but they're saying like it run like I don't know something about the rats carrying it, and I don't know. It's all crazy, man.
Wow.
And then just so many things. It's like people around me. I don't really talk to a lot of people, hang out with a lot of people. I'm like an isolator kinda. I have become one.
Me too.
It's like I try to talk to them about serious stuff. Not like I don't like overwhelm somebody. I kind of like make a few suggestions here or there or comments to see where they stand with it.
Yeah.
I can kind of tell, like if
they'd be
awake or
susceptible,
not.
or even susceptible to it. I know
Yeah,
exactly
or
what you mean.
not.
I have trouble with that. I really do. Like kind of like, just most people, they don't want to hear it. That's the sad part. There are a lot more people waking up than like a few years ago, but
Right.
most people don't want to hear it. You know what
They
I'm
want
saying?
to cover their eyes and hide under the pink covers, man.
I don't get it. I'm like, how do you not see this? Like I don't
At
know.
this point, it's like right in your face.
It really is.
As far as like, or I personally believe like Revelations being played out and the rate at which it's increased, which is unfolding,
Yeah.
So I don't know, and I try to make suggestions to my family. I have in like the past few months, like, hey, we should probably like grab a few extra cases of water or canned goods. They're like, you're always thinking the world's ending, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm not
Yeah, I
saying the
know.
world's
Yeah.
ending, but and
I get the
try-
same response. Yep.
The approach that Mark Frugal said, you guys buy house insurance, car insurance, but why don't you insure your life, And
Yeah,
I mean, you don't
yeah.
even have to be, a shit-in-the-fan situation. Say a thunderstorm comes through here, we lose electricity for 3 weeks, or I know a few years back we had an ice storm, and literally our whole town and surrounding counties were shut down for like 3 to 4 weeks. No electricity, and we were living off basically nothing, like generator powering one room, and it
Wow.
was crazy, man. I was like, so what about situations like that?
Yeah.
So I don't,
Yeah, it could just be even for that. Exactly. Katrina, they had nothing.
I know they think I'm crazy. My own family thinks I'm
Like
crazy.
it's happened though. You know what I'm saying? Like even if it's not like end of the world, like things happen with
I don't think it's gonna be the end of the world personally. I don't. I
No.
just think it's gonna be the end of the world as we know it.
Huh, I know what you mean. It's almost like that's kind of like how the mind looks at it. It's like the beginning of the new world, like it's that cycle. It's supposed to happen in 2012.
Yeah, I met this guy the other night. Oh man, his name was Pops. That's how his name's. You know, he was in the military, and he was, you know, he was very awake. You know, and he got to talking to me, and he was just like, you know, people your age and the younger generation. He's like, if the lights went out, because we were talking about
They
that,
wouldn't know
he's
what to do.
like, yeah, they wouldn't. He said half these people can't. They don't know how to hunt. They don't know how to, you know, skin an animal or whatever. Or,
Anything.
You know, catch a fish.
Yeah, I mean, anything like that.
He's like, they wouldn't be able to bug out. And I was like, yeah, you know, they say 90% would perish. He's like, I firmly believe that. I said, but I'm going to be honest with you, man. I said, I don't know if I'd make it, but I said, you'd be one of those guys I'd want to be around if it ever did happen to teach me, you know?
Well, hey, you know what? That's why groups, you know, could be good, you know, and then, you know, everyone has a role, and, you know, as long as you have that one guy, like that, when I always watch the show Naked and Afraid, and I think of it as if it's like a bug out situation as I'm watching it, and like especially when they have like the big groups, like 12 people they're having, he was 40 days, now they're doing 60 days. You know, just drop them in one of the worst areas. Like, it's the Philippines this time, the jungle. So there's like 12 of them for 60 days. And it's like, you know, but the thing is, they stop kind of clicking up, and then when there's like a strong male or a strong female, you know, and they have like these crazy skills, that group like lives, like, you know what I mean? They come out like in good shape. They live right through it, you know? It's, you know,
being able to teach other people our skills.
Yeah, and, you know, it provides for the whole group. It's not like they're just gonna eat their kills themselves, or, you know, some people know like a lot more about like herbal and things you can do with that, like you. I think was that you talking about that, like the herbal and all that. There's been so many things said tonight. I'm like, oh.
No, I don't know if that was me. I think that might have been someone else.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe in like all naturals and all that. You know, my mom used to always. She's still like that. I mean, because it did say in the Bible, God put everything on this earth that man needs.
Yeah.
You know, all these prescriptions and things like that. It's all poison. I believe it makes you sicker than you are. It makes you, you know, you take this prescription. Next thing you know, you need a prescription for this, and then next thing you know, you're on 15 of them.
True.
Because you're having side effects from the prescription. You know,
True.
I was on prescriptions for like antidepressants and things like that. I'm in recovery. Okay, I used to be.
Yeah, I got 5 years as of last month.
Yeah, I got a little. I think a year and 5 months, almost 6.
Nice,
almost 8
good for
months.
you. Good for you. You're way past
that's
the
when I went out
tough
to
part.
California.
Yeah.
I got clean out there.
Nice. Sometimes for me it was location as well.
But they piled on the prescriptions there, man. But I noticed when I came back, because.
But at least you know to be wary, you know.
Once I turned 26, I got off my stepfather's insurance. So I didn't have insurance, so I had to get off the meds. And once they all got out of my system, and, you know, I went through a little up and down for a minute. Probably my brain, you know, leveling out. But, man, I feel better than I ever have off of everything.
Nice.
Like, and it kind of like, you know, woke me up a little bit. I'm like, okay, like, I didn't even need all that. I didn't need all those antidepressants and all that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessary.
If it
but
blows from the ground, it's probably okay, you know. But it's this man-made crap, you know.
And then she was talking. That Jennifer girl was talking about the adrenochrome, right?
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah, you know, I've seen all kinds of things about that, and I did not ever look into it. I didn't think nothing of it. And then one night I looked into it and did a lot of research on it, and I was like, oh my goodness. And it made a lot of sense.
I think that probably gave me like of so many things I've seen. For some reason, that's one of those topics that just like,
creeps you out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very disturbing.
Because supposedly, the harder the adrenal pumps, the more potent it will be. So
Exactly. So
they
find-
will go to the craziest lengths to have them as scared as possible when they die.
Exactly.
That is so. It just think if that's for real, which there is a lot of evidence and a lot. I mean, people have done a lot of
Yeah.
research on this, and wow, it's just unbelievable. But that's Satanism.
And a lot of people, like celebrities, well-known people, have come out and said that this is happening. You know, and that,
I've heard a couple.
that a lot of
yeah.
these missing kids are actually, they're being killed or scared to death, and then they're killed, and they're taking their adrenochrome and their blood and doing what they do with it. But
It's crazy.
yeah, it's pretty disturbing. But they say that I can't remember. It might have been Jim Carrey. Somebody made a
Yeah, he's always coming out making comments. Yeah.
and he was saying that it's like more addicting than any drug known to man. Like you do
Wow.
it one time, you have to keep doing it, and basically if you don't, like your body just starts shutting down on you within like hours, or not hours, like
Wow.
a couple days.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and I was just like, man, that is crazy. So he's like, that's why they're probably freaking out right now if their system's up, if they're about to get taken down.
Yeah.
There goes that. But I think it's much bigger than people realize. Like,
Imagine them in jail, kicking adrenochrome, cold
yeah,
turkey.
man. I mean, they probably got them under.
They probably die? Would they get that sick that they would just die?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you see, like, I don't know if you have seen. I've seen like pictures of Hillary, like looking weird and. Like,
Or she'll just pass out of nowhere, things like that. You know what's so crazy?
Yeah.
As you were talking about that, you a couple days. In my head, I pictured when Hillary fell.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? That's so funny that you mentioned
And there's
that.
this one where she's sitting in like the front seat, but she's sitting on top of a Secret Service man, like on top of his lap, and he has his ranch.
I think I've seen that one. Yeah, he's basically totally like keep like supporting her weight.
Either that, or she's a clown for real, and
You know.
But I don't know how I feel about that one.
Yeah. There's also the other. Yeah.
But there's just all the stuff going on, and then like.
I mean, I wouldn't rule out a body double, but not a clone. No.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Dude,
think.
they
I
got-
wouldn't. I would say if someone said that, I'd say, all right, that's what you believe, but I wouldn't believe. But I do believe that they have cloned. I do believe they have, but I don't think there is a clone of her. That's just my opinion. But I think that's also.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. But don't you think that they probably did clone a human by now? Obviously, I mean they cloned a sheep, and that's when the public found out in the early '90s, early to mid '90s.
Well, I heard that they did that like back in the.
That's what I'm saying. I think that the
60s,
Nazis.
the
I think the
70s,
Nazis might have achieved some stuff. A lot of the science the Nazis were doing was crazy.
Well, there's no telling what they're doing.
But I'm saying like the amount of people in that Holocaust. I mean, they looked at them like nothing. They just let them wither away, do tests, and if you they did all these tests on twins, and I don't know. It's just nuts, and who knows what came of that
I think
science.
they do still do it, man. I don't know why. There's just something about it. You have people come out. And
Well, once that science is out, people are gonna follow up. What do you think? They're just gonna let that go, or if they made some huge breakthroughs? But like human suffering had to occur, and it was wrong. But there were maybe some breakthroughs in science. Of course, the next scientists they might carry on some of the work, maybe in a humane way. But once you make a certain breakthrough, that might make it so you don't have to do all that. But
Well,
yeah,
the
it's
reality
crazy.
is, it's just like technology with science. It's way further advanced than we know.
Exactly.
There's
That's
no telling
yeah.
what they
When we
found.
find out, it's already been a thing.
But I will say this: it's frustrating for me personally to see the things that I see, and look up in the skies and have people around me just going about their day, don't have a clue, and they don't want to see it. I mean, just the earthquakes and the volcanoes right now. It's like, whoa, man! Like this can't be normal, man. They're popping off like crazy.
Yeah.
but that people just dismiss it. And yeah, man, the only person that really agreed with me or was able to actually open their eyes was my grandmother. When I stayed out with her and was helping her take care of my granddad, he has Parkinson's and dementia, and she was out there taking care of him by himself. He could barely walk. He got to the point where he couldn't walk hardly. She's so stubborn. She waited till the last minute to ask for help. But anyway, so I'm out there. She lives out in the country, and I was filming the skies one night. And I don't normally do that, but I was just like, oh, hey, let's just check it out. We'll go back and review it. And I was explaining chemtrails to her, and she actually was like, yeah, you know, I see what you're saying. And so we started talking about Revelations, because she is the most Christian woman I've ever met. Like, that woman gets down on her knees every night. She prays. She does her rosary. Like, she has one of the purest souls I've ever seen or ever met.
Reminds me of my brother.
She sees it. She's like, I do. I see that Revelations is playing out. She's
and
like,
and she probably, you know, and it's so funny in this country. We like, you know, the norm is like kind of like the way we treat our elderly is so different. In other countries, they like, when the elderly walk in the room, everyone stands up and, like, you know what I mean? It's like a totally different type of thing. With us, it's like, shut up and throw in a nursing home. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a totally, like, in Asian countries, like, seriously, when they enter the room, everyone stands. It's like the moment of the night when the grandmother walks in or the grandfather, you know? Like, it's crazy. And because they're full of the Asian, especially, like, you know, Chinese culture, Japanese culture, they understand that, you know, they have wisdom, you know. I mean, there's a certain point where it kind of starts going, you know, if there's problems, but they have wisdom, you know.
They do. That's what I've learned the most is, like, from older people.
Yeah.
Who have life experience and have been through things. They have wisdom. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
And she's taught me a lot. You know, she's my ride or die for sure. I'd do anything for her. You were talking about nursing homes. That's funny because I just went through that struggle with my grandfather because
it's tough. Well, sometimes you know, in some situations, you know, people need
they got
the
to
care.
the point we didn't have another choice. And
that's different. That's different. But you know, I'm talking like, you know, just the way we treat the elderly. Even if they're all there mentally and you know, move well physically, just the way the elderly are treated in this country, it's nothing like for instance, Asian countries and it's
and then they're mistreated in nursing homes. That's what gets me because my parents are divorced, so like my mom's side of the family, they're like, don't ever put me in a nursing home. I don't care what you got to do. And then my dad's side of the family, you know, they don't have, you know, the money or like, you know, the people, you know, everybody's got to work. You can't, you know, just stop working to take care of it, unfortunately. So, yeah, it got to the point, and so I was struggling internally because, you know, he has dementia. When he was in the hospital for a few days, you know, my grandmother's like, we're going to have to put him in a nursing home. And I'm like, oh, no, there's got to be something we can do, you know, home health aid, something, but we had already tried that. Oh, man. And I guess he had like a lucid day, and it was me and my grandmother in there, and he looked at me, and oh, man, I lost it. He was like, please take me home. I just started crying, and I was like, I would if I could. I was like, there's, you know, but I can't start talking about that anymore because I'm going to get emotional. I
know, it's tough.
They help take care of me, you know, and all that. So I got a lot of respect for them, but I tell you what, I love your channel, man.
Thank you.
I love being a part of the family here. You guys are great.
And everyone loves your call, you know. I mean, I don't know if you've been watching chat, but people loved your call, and thank you for sharing.
Yeah, no, it's no problem, man. I appreciate y'all, and, you know, offering help and stuff. That means a lot, for real. Yeah,
if there's something I can do, so afterwards, if you want to text me. I mean, what do you, well, we could talk afterwards.
Okay, alright.
Alright?
Also, that one more thing, the FEMA camps. She was talking about the FEMA camps, right?
Yeah.
She said something about they don't know what's going on, nobody's talking about it. Didn't she say that people were getting thrown into there? Like, I know, you know, we had
Like
all
already,
these
or they were setting them up?
No, like, cause I heard the same thing, man, and I'd watched some videos.
Homeless. Yeah. I think that was Drop, or was that
No, that was Jennifer P.
that was Jennifer? Yeah, from the
Yeah,
Bay. Yeah.
cause I'd watched a lot of videos on homeless. I keep up on the FEMA. I'm a firm believer. And you know those coffins, right? That are set up everywhere.
Yeah.
I always thought those belonged to FEMA, man. Always, for years and years. I found out like 2 weeks ago they belong to the CDC, and I was mind blown. I was like, oh my god, it makes sense.
Really? Because that's
It
what I had
makes
always
sense.
heard was FEMA too, and that does
I
make
know.
sense.
I think
Wow.
'cause they were always in the FEMA videos, you know, and they'd be like,
Yeah. That was the whole thing.
But no.
FEMA has all these so it's really the CDC.
CDC,
Wow.
and doesn't that make some sense now?
It makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I mean, because there'd be a lot of people would die, especially if this. Well,
Something airborne,
I think
forget about
Ebola
it.
is here. I think it's here.
Yeah, it could be the beginning stages of it with what we've been hearing, the way that ERs are reacting, just everything.
You know, I freaked out the other day a little bit. I got so sick, man, and it was like I started running a fever. My body was aching all over. Dude, it got to the point where I couldn't even hardly sip like a drink of water. The people that were around me where I was staying, they were like, oh my god, they were feeling my forehead, and I couldn't hardly get up to go to the bathroom for like 3 days straight, man. I don't know, I guess it was a virus. I feel better now. My ankle swelled up out of nowhere. I mean, huge. So I went to the emergency room.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I was just kind of upfront with them about me being in recovery and stuff. And they just when you tell the hospital or any type of doctor, it seems like, for me to come knocking on my door, they're gonna shoot me. 3 countries, no power.
Oh yeah, which countries? Do you remember like which countries?
They were in South America, I believe.
Wow.
I
I remember seeing something like that.
Argentina and South America. I'm not really good with maps, man.
I wonder if one of them were Venezuela. That'd be interesting.
I think.
If it was Venezuela, I think I would have heard it like for sure. But I heard something. Really, you think one of them was Venezuela?
I do believe, because they were
wow.
like. I remember.
That's interesting with everything that just happened with Iran.
I'm
supposedly,
trying to look it up right now.
That whole thing.
Google. I use DuckDuckGo for that kind of stuff.
You know what? I'm gonna look it up right now, actually.
Because I remember someone saying something about Venezuela, but they were like, but you know, that's been going on there. It's just like, and that with the you know, the different social medias going down, the Target thing, just it's like they're testing it in places. They're seeing how people react.
Yeah, it's like desensitizing somebody.
Yeah. 3 countries.
You know what?
I believe it was
You know what? For some reason, the Fox News thing never went away, huh?
Are you using Google?
Yeah, I usually use DuckDuckGo, but this is a computer I'm using for like the second time in like a long time.
Argentina.
They keep putting mine out.
It wasn't Venezuela. That's my bad. It was Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay. What it says.
Look at this. Argentina blackout leaves. So Argentina, Uruguay,
And Paraguay.
and Paraguay. Okay, so Venezuela wasn't. Because if it was Venezuela, that would like people
Hey,
would
but you
suffer.
notice we ain't hearing that much
But
about
still.
Venezuela anymore.
Huh? What was that?
Have you noticed we ain't really hearing a whole lot about Venezuela anymore?
Yeah, I actually in my last video I was talking about that. How
Oh yeah, I didn't catch that.
in this whole situation with the tankers, no one mentioned Venezuela when, I mean, you know, they're such big players in the oil game that
Yeah.
somebody has to fill that void. And how, you know, what does that play into this? And there's just so much.
Well, the weird thing for me about that was, like, I believe one of the last few things or videos that I've seen out of Argentina that was taken by someone there was like UN firing on people. Like the UN who was coming there, they were there. And it was just awful funny, you know, they come in, boom, we don't hear nothing. That's just my personal opinion,
Yeah.
you know. But anyway, I'm going to get off here. I need to go to bed. It's like 3:15.
Whoa! Wow, it's later than I thought. Wow, this show's gone a long time. I'm telling you, that sometimes these shows they fly. I'm expecting it to be like 2, and it's like 4:35 in the morning. I'm like, what? So
I'm a
yeah.
night owl anyway. I stay up late all the time.
Oh yeah, I'm a night owl too, and plus I don't really need much sleep. Give me 4 solid, uninterrupted, quiet hours of sleep. I'm good. Four solid ones, you know, 4
Well,
and a
I
half.
want to say I got a lot of respect for you being a single father. My brother's a single
Thank you,
father, so
thank
I
you.
know
I
it's
appreciate
hard.
that.
And keep doing your thing, man.
Of
And,
course.
Thank you to all you guys out there.
And thank you. And I'll talk to you when the show is over. Just text me. Or I'll text you. Okay.
All right,
And
sounds good.
we'll
Have
see
a
what we
good
can do
night.
for you. All right. All right.
All right.
All right. So add in like, you know, amazing callers, stuff like that. Even sometimes that helps me, like when I look back and I want to find a particular call-in show. Sometimes it's hard to find them. I mean, lately actually I've been dating them, but even then sometimes, you know, if you just remember one call, you don't really remember the date. So sometimes just kind of, you know, real the nights with the great calls. I try to. Well, I might change the name here. Alright, what am I doing? Alright, so I forget, was there somebody actually I know, I think the line's open. Line's open. Yeah, the line's open, so if anybody else wants to call in, I mean, it's pretty late. It's what, 4:18 Eastern time here. Let me see, let's see. I think we still got a good amount of people in here, though. Yeah, we still got a good amount of people in here. Trying to check out chat quick. Yeah, so if anybody else wants to call, line's open. Hold on, let me put the phone. I haven't put the phone number in since the beginning. Is it buffering? Is it buffering? Is that buffering? Can you guys hear me? On the screen, I'm buffering. Can you guys hear me? Hold on. Where's the volume? What's going on? Can you guys hear me? Let's see. Oh, you guys can see that here. So if anybody else wants to call, line's open. I see that phone number since the beginning. weird. I don't know what's going on. Alright. You guys can see me moving and hear me, right? You guys can see me moving and oh, so you guys do have a frozen screen? I'm good? Alright. So, does anyone else who wants to call? Now's the time. I'm going to take one last phone call. If you guys want to call in. I think what West Virginia called, although no, West Virginia didn't really call in. She just kind of like called in just to let me know something. The audio. So she didn't really call in. So, you know, everyone's open here. I know it's been like some crazy information. Don't feel like you have to have the greatest information. Just, you know, it's nice sometimes. Because it's hard to talk about, you know, with family members about this stuff. Like the last call was just saying, you know. Awake and aware. But no movement, huh? But no movement. Huh. Sound is good. Alright, so if nobody else wants to call tonight, because if not, I'll just call it a night. That was a call. Alright guys, so I'm gonna get to bed, so I hope you guys all have a great night. I don't know if you can see me right now, but it sounds like you guys can hear me. So, I just want to wish you guys all, a great night, get some rest, and thank you for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And this is, if you guys want to get in contact with me, you can contact me at theredpillnews@yahoo.com. For any sensitive information, the Red Pill